A Fox 9 investigation exposing massive fraud where taxpayer money is ending up overseas instead of going to our children.
And there's concern that some of it may be going to fund terrorism. Jeff Ballion of the Fox 9 investigators breaking this story. And Jeff, you know, the governor forced to answer some very serious questions today about your report.
That's right. Our investigation discovered what appears to be rampant fraud in a state program that's supposed to help low-income families afford child care. In fact, our sources believe it could be as much as $100 million a year. But what's more disturbing is their concern that some of this money is ending up in the hands of terrorist organizations.
Carry-on suitcases filled with as much as $1 million in cash are regularly leaving on flights from MSP International to the Middle East. Last year alone, government agents determined these money transfers amounted to over $100 million. They believe a sizable amount is coming from fraud in the state's child care assistance program, which offers government subsidies to low-income families. At least 10 daycare centers are currently under active investigation for overbilling the state. Most of them are owned by Somali immigrants. We're told by members of the community that this fraud is widespread. It's believed some of the funds are being sent in the form of remittance payments to relatives in their homeland. But investigators also believe terrorist groups are demanding a cut of the money when it arrives overseas.
I say absolutely, absolutely. Our sources tell us that. Good sources.
Glenn Kearns is a national expert on this problem. He spent 15 years on the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force.
It's really disgraceful. So I appreciate the report. It's very important visibility.
Governor Dayton says his administration has been trying to crack down on this massive fraud by adding additional investigators.
It's something that we've been aware of and doing, working against, but there's a lot more that needs to be done.
State lawmakers have scheduled an emergency hearing tomorrow to discuss what our investigation revealed.
It's a big deal.
They've asked the Attorney General and some members of the Dayton administration to come and testify.
What's true of this? What went wrong? How can this never happen again? And so we'll do a deep dive starting tomorrow.
And we continue our investigation tonight at 9. We've obtained government emails which show there were people within the Department of Human Services who were warning their supervisors about this fraud and its potential connection to terrorism, and they were sounding the alarm well over a year ago.